Hi everyone, thanks for tuning in. I just wanted to show a few of my March thrift finds so far. And the first thing I found was this bronze candlestick holder. I love the glass and bead detail. It is quite heavy and I can't find a maker's mark on it. I have seen a couple of similar ones listed online for sale and they all say it's from the 1970s. So now I have yet another thing to be on the lookout for because I'd like to have a pair. And I paid $2.99 at Value Village. I absolutely love these three kitties in a basket surrounded by feathers. They're definitely vintage, and initially I thought they were made in Japan, but they were actually made in Taiwan. There was a blue version on the shelf as well, but it had been broken and glued back together very poorly. So it stayed there, and I paid $2 at Goodwill. And my friend pointed this one out to me in Goodwill. She knows I'm always watching for uranium glass. I wasn't sure, but fortunately I had my UV flashlight with me, and it did glow. I found a few online listings for the same bowl, but nobody seems to know who made it. I'm also wondering if it has something else in it other than uranium, as it doesn't glow quite as brightly as the other pieces I've seen. I paid $8 for it, which is more than I usually spend, but I thought it was worth it. I actually really like the uranium glass, and lately I've been finding the odd piece here and there, but usually I don't see it out in the wild too often. And this is a tin from Lipton's tea. I'm pretty sure it was a promotional item that you bought tea bags in, or tea bags were in it. It's from the 1990s, and I'm just going to keep this one because I like the Victorian look of it, and I also like the hinged lid. And you don't always find tins with hinged lids like that. So I'm just going to keep this one. I paid $1 for it at Find. This guy is a product of occupied Japan. At one point in history, between 1945 and 1952, Japan was occupied by the USA, Great Britain, China, the Soviet Union, and other allies. I'm not going to pretend I understand it totally. I was always very bad when it came to history, but I do know there are people that collect occupied Japan pieces. So I will eventually put it up for resale, and I paid $3 at Goodwill. And here is the stamp that says Occupied Japan on the bottom. Apparently it's a bowl day. I found this Anchor Hawking Bubble Ruby Red dessert bowl. It was produced between 1934 and 1965. I've seen it in books but never saw a piece in person that I remember. Well, not in the red at least. I've definitely seen it in the ice blue color. I just love how deep the red is. I paid 75 cents for it at my local thrift store Find. And this cute kitty my friend found for me at the thrift store. This was not my find, but she did find it and gifted it to me. She knows how much I love cat items. So this is Cousin Ribby from the Beatrix Potter series. And this was made in Bestwick, England, and it's stamped on the bottom 1970. I just think she's lovely. You can see the back of her there. She's very pretty. My friend wouldn't tell me what she paid for her, but she probably didn't pay a whole lot if she was at the thrift store because, yeah, we're both kind of on the cheap side when it comes to thrifting. So it was a great find, and I'm very appreciative that she thought of me. And this is a milk glass teacup made by Federal Glass. The pattern is called Golden Glory. It has the F in a shield logo on the bottom, as well as the words heat proof. I don't mind buying single cups sometimes because eventually I will find matching pieces like the saucer. There's also the cream and the sugar, and I believe there's some dinnerware plates as well. I think it's from the 1960s, and I paid 50 cents for it at my local thrift store Find. And there's the F in the shield with heat proof on the bottom. And then again, I was shopping at Find. I shopped there a lot. And I rounded a corner, and in a cabinet of staff picks was this Fenton hobnail basket. I just stared at it for a second and then grabbed it. Didn't even look at the price. It's in perfect condition, and sometimes I wonder what possesses someone to get rid of such a beautiful piece of glass like this. I paid $6 for it, and it was worth every penny to me. I absolutely love Fenton glass. I don't have a lot of pieces of it yet, but I've started to collect it. And this guy is stamped Japan on the bottom, but also has a sticker that says Wales, Reg, US Pat Off, made in Japan. I looked up Reg US Pat Off. It indicates it's from after 1938 when the registration became standard. I'm not quite sure what that means. Wales is a maker of porcelain figurines, and it dates back to the 50s or 60s. He reminds me of a Hummel, but I don't believe he is one. Most of the Hummels are actually marked Hummel, right? So at any rate, he's a cute fellow, and yeah, I quite like him. And there's the bottom with Japan stamped on it and the sticker. Another bowl. This one is button and daisy pattern. It's from the 1960s, I think. I grabbed it because I like the pattern, but also it matches the fan plate I showed in a previous video. I paid $1 for it at Find. And this is the fan plate it matches. And this is two pieces of redware barware from the 1950s. They are shot glasses. The fellow has Big Shot written on him, and the horse has Long Shot. I don't know if you can actually see that. There we go. It says Long Show, but there's the T. In doing research, I see that they are part of an 8-piece shot glass set. I found them in the baggy wall at valuevillage for $2.99. The fellow's face is very crudely painted. You can see how it's like one little coat and just a stroke of the brush for the lips, and it's crooked, and the printing on his chest isn't very good. But in looking at all the others that are listed online and the comparables, they're all painted that way. So somebody just slapped them together and sent them off to be sold. And that's all I have for today. I hope you enjoyed seeing what I found, and I hope you'll consider liking, subscribing, commenting. Let me know what you thought about what I found or what your favorite item was. And we'll see you in the next one. Bye for now.